Nobody was hurt, nobody was home at the time, so the neighbors called it in.
Wexford County firefighters had their hands full tonight fighting a massive fire north of Mesick. Thanks for being with us for 9 and 10 News at 10. I'm Adam Bartlemay. The Northwest Wexford Emergency Authority Fire Chief says they were called to a home on 11 Road near 8 Road around 3 p.m. today for a report of a building fire, and thick black smoke could be seen for miles. At least 20 other agencies were called in to assist from surrounding areas, some as far away as Grand Traverse County and Manistee. Right now, they've contained the fire and we're working on hitting the hot spots. The 3-acre property had multiple outbuildings, campers, and lots of vehicles. No word yet on what caused the fire, but at least 2 outbuildings were destroyed. The fire chief says the number of vehicles on the property is part of what's making the fire so difficult to put out.
There's multiple vehicles around the property, which gives us limited access into the buildings initially. So it's kind of a maze to get in and get out. I haven't really been on the back side of it to see, but probably 100 maybe. We're just mopping up right now. We have an excavator on scene helping us get into the fire, tear the buildings apart, and soak everything down.
No one was hurt. Investigators with Michigan State Police are going to start looking into the cause tomorrow. First responders in Crawford County being credited with saving a woman and her dog that were overcome with carbon monoxide. The Frederick Township Fire Department was called to Goose Creek Horse Campground on Friday for a woman and her dog. The two were found unresponsive in a camper trailer. Both the woman and dog were given CPR at the scene and taken to a nearby hospital in Grayling. For more intensive care, the woman was then airlifted to a hospital in Grand Rapids, while the dog was taken to an animal hospital in Traverse City.
Without the assistance of animal control, the sheriff's department and the fire department working together, the outcome of this foreshadow would have been way different. And this is not something that we train with the sheriff's department and animal control. We train in-house fire and EMS. Just fortunate and extremely lucky for Shadow that all came together the way it did.
The Frederick Township Fire Department believes a propane heater inside the trailer gave them carbon monoxide poisoning, but the woman and her dog have been released and are expected to recover.
With 1 month before Election Day, it was revealed that Rogers doesn't live in the house that he claims to.
New tonight, Michigan Democrats are speaking out, drilling down on reports from downstate media claiming the U.S. Senate nominee, Mike Rogers, lives at a different address than the one he's registered to vote from. The lakefront home Rogers is registered to vote from currently sits vacant. That's according to a report from the Detroit News. The Rogers campaign confirmed to the outlet that Rogers is currently living with family at a home near Pontiac, not at the lakefront property. The campaign explains that Rogers registered the lakefront address with the intention of moving in before the election, but a delay with the sewer hookup is holding up the process. Michigan Democratic Party leaders met with the media this afternoon in Lansing, pointing to this mismatch as a reason Rogers can't be trusted.
This situation leaves election administrators and certainly voters with a lot of questions that need answered. And Mike Rogers should probably answer those so that the public can make an informed decision about whether he would adequately represent Michigan if he proves victorious in the November general election.
Eric Doster, an attorney with the Rogers campaign, told the paper that under state law, Rogers' current living situation does not disqualify him from the Senate race. Doster says Rogers will register at his family's address before November 5th if things aren't sorted out before then. Former Michigan Governor Rick Snyder says he will not be endorsing a candidate for this year's presidential election. In 2020, Snyder endorsed President Biden over former President Trump. But this time, the former Republican governor says he is not going to get involved in presidential politics. Instead, Snyder says he is focusing on down-ballot races and hopes to help the Michigan GOP retake the state house. Turning now to the race for Michigan's 1st congressional district, Republican Congressman Jack Bergman from Watersmeet in the UP is seeking a 5th term in Washington, facing Democrat Callie Barr, a Traverse City lawyer and veterans health advocate. Bergman, who served in the Marine Corps for 40 years, defeated his 2022 opponent by more than 20 points. The 1st congressional district covers the entire Upper Peninsula and most of the northern lower north of Clare. Both candidates addressed abortion access when talking with 9 and 10 News. Barr says abortion access is a motivating issue for her and women across the country in this election.
And when I look at my young daughters and I think about one of them having a complicated pregnancy and being in the room with them and having a doctor say, you know what, I'm really sorry, the federal government has mandated that she die.
Bergman says abortion access is an issue for the states to decide, though he did support a 2022 bill to ban abortion nationwide after 15 weeks.
I do not and will not support a federal abortion ban. I'm going to repeat that. I will not support a federal abortion ban.
Bergman also says he supports proposals making IVF at least partially covered by private insurance. And with just 15 days to go until the election, you only have a few hours left to register to vote online. When registering to vote, you'll need documentation, including your driver's license, plus a bank statement or a bill that shows your current address. If you miss the chance to register online, Michigan does offer in-person registration until 8 p.m. on Election Day. And you can stick with us through Election Day. 9 and 10 News is constantly working to keep you up to speed on all things election 2024. On our website, you'll find candidate information, state and local proposals, plus information on where and how to vote. It's all on 9and10news.com. Just click on the Politics tab under News on our homepage. The United States sending another major military aid package to Ukraine as the country gets ready for another harsh winter on the front lines. The details coming up at 10 and later.
It's game-changing. It literally is game-changing for us.
See the brand new arsenal of snow guns being deployed this year at a northern Michigan ski hill.
And no snow yet. It's been very warm. We actually broke some records across northern Michigan. Temperatures this hour still mild 50s and some 60s when more seasonable temperatures return to the forecast. We'll talk about that after the break.